April Abrahamson from Dakota College of Botany. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, like I said, you'll get out there sometime.
I hope so.
You will make it.
I'm planning on it.
All right. Well, but you have a whole summer to do it.
Summer goes by really fast.
All 3 weeks. Right. So let's talk about loan. There's something that people are just itching to talk about: loan repayments.
Yes. So, as most people know, student loans have been on a pause for the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That pause is ending as of June 30th.
Okay, it's coming up quick.
Oh, it's coming up very fast. So repayment for student loans will begin within 60 days of that June 30th. So between June 30th and August 30th, the pause is ending. So students really need to be watching and knowing who their servicer is so they can start that loan repayment so they don't get into trouble.
So over the past 3 years, have there been any changes? I mean, we've all heard about the loan forgiveness, things like that, up to 10,000, or I'm not even sure what it is anymore. But have there been a lot of changes since the pause?
So the Department of Ed has changed some servicers. So if you were repaying your loan before this pause started, your servicer may have changed. The 10,000 in loan forgiveness is still going through the courts. We haven't heard anything yet, so that is still kind of up in the air.
Okay.
That's why we want to get students prepared for this, because if it does not pass, or if the Supreme Court does not say that it's justifiable, then students are going to need to start repaying.
Sure. And also, one thing that we need to keep in mind is that when you're getting back to the servicer or however, you want to make sure that your information is as up to date as it can be.
Correct. So students can go to studentaid.gov and find out who their servicer is. What they should do is go to that servicer's website and set up an account. Make sure your information is up to date. So if you were paying before, make sure that you still have the same servicer, and make sure that your address, telephone number, all that stuff is still the same, or if it needs to be updated, make sure it's updated. If you've never paid before, you should go to that site and find out who your servicer is so that you can set up an account with them.
Okay, all right. And as we know, and I mean, people out there have to be so careful because of things like scammers, scam artists, and these people work really hard to make sure that they're as up to date on all of the newest things that are going on. So with student loans being repaid again in the next few months, there may be scammers out there who are trying to get your information. Correct?
Correct.
So we want to be as safe as we can be.
Correct. So, some things to think about. Don't give out any information unless you initiate the contact. So if somebody calls you, don't be giving out your personal information. Make sure you're initiating the contact. Don't pay anybody to service your loan or to take care of your loans, because that servicing should be free. These are companies that are paid by the government to service your loan, to collect your payment. So make sure you're not paying anybody to do this, because that is not what you need to do. I mean, it should be free.
Right. And never ever give out your bank information, anything like that. Because you're going to wake up the next day, you're going to be, where did all my money go?
Correct.
Where did all my money go?
That's why it's very important that you set up an account with your servicer and make sure your information there is up to date. Yes, do not give out your bank information if somebody calls you.
Right. Yeah, that's right. But they're out there. They are out there, and they are waiting to just pounce on somebody. So. Oh,
they definitely are. Also, make sure you know what the amount of money is that's going to be coming out when this repayment starts. That's something you need to factor into your budget monthly.
Right.
If for some reason your payment that you're gonna have to pay does not meet your financial situation, like you can't afford it, talk to your servicer, or there's other options. There's some income-driven repayment plans. If you're in public service, you're a cop or you're in a teacher or something, you might qualify for public loan service forgiveness, which, after so many years, your loan is forgiven for you. So make sure that, you're looking at all the options that you have, and that what your payment is meets your financial situation.
April, if we have questions, how do we get a hold of you?
You can contact me at 701-228-5437, or we have an email address that comes to all of the financial aid department, and that is fa@dakotacollege.edu. And again, studentaid.gov is a really good site. That's the government site, and it will give you information on your financial aid, your servicer, how much you have in debt, all that stuff.
Sounds awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Come on out anytime. All right. Thank you, April.